Hi everyone, Rabbi Rosen here, hoping all is well with you. And before anything else, I'd like to preface my thoughts for this Shabbat with good wishes for Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, former Chief Rabbi of the British Empire of the UK, himself a source of much inspiration and learning over the years, not only to myself, but for thousands and thousands of Jews in all corners of the world. Sadly, Rabbi Sacks has been recently diagnosed with cancer and is undergoing treatment. We wish him the very best for his speedy recovery. Because this is Shabbat Breshit, the Shabbat of the beginning, where we start the Torah all over again, I'd like to offer a kind of two-word summary of what I think Torah might possibly mean to us as a totality, as a whole. All of us know the meaning of the words, never again. And certainly, we need at the forefront of our memories and in our minds and hearts every ounce of concern and focus to be focused on the need to never again allow a Shoah, a Holocaust, to be perpetrated upon us or upon anybody as well. But there are two other words that come to mind that really flow from the title of a new book by Natan Sharansky and Gil Troy. Natan Sharansky was imprisoned for 9 years in the Soviet Gulag system for being a dissident against the regime and also an advocate for human rights as a whole in the former Soviet Union, suffering tremendously until he was allowed to leave to make Aliyah, where he eventually became a leader in the Knesset as well as head of the Jewish Agency. What allowed Sharansky to live and survive and make it through the torturous experience of being in a Soviet prison? He credits a great deal of his strength to his attachment to the Jewish people, to our heritage, and to his little book of Psalms. And what he said is, by being so attached to the covenant and to the tradition, and especially to the literature of Israel, is that not once did he feel alone. Never alone was his motto, and that is what allowed him to survive, what allowed him to look forward to the future with joy and confidence, because he too felt that he was always accompanied by a heritage, by a God, and perhaps most of all, by sacred literature that is Torah. Of the 304,805 letters of the Torah, each of us perhaps finds one or more of those letters, one or more of the ideas, one or more of the passages of the Torah especially compelling. But taken as a whole, let's remember this. It's Torah that has safeguarded us, our identity, our place in the world throughout all of these millennia. The 70 faces of the Torah, the many ways in which it can be interpreted, speak to its richness, to its power, to its capacity to transform our lives. As we begin the journey through the autumn and the winter and spring and summer again, let us know as well the journey is much more vibrant and possible because we have a sacred possession in our midst, Torah, that reminds us we never are and never were alone. Thank you to everyone. Be well. Shabbat Shalom.